Hello everyone and welcome to Lenston. This is a Lego town that Felix and Linus have been working on for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I think. And we're going to do the grand opening and give you a tour of all the buildings. You enter Lenston by a network of tunnels, and here Linus is going to cut the ribbon for the grand opening.
And I'm going to cut the other tunnel.
Oh, having a little bit of trouble with your scissors, lad? Well, hey!
And now
Felix, you're going to cut tunnel 2.
which has a motorbike on its side. Yeah. Wait, I'll fix it.
I now declare Lenston
Wait!
open! So this is the famous tunnels that you use to enter into Lenston. We've got a custom build 4x4 here that is being driven through one of the tunnels. And then just up above that, we have Lenston's most controversial feature, which is a rooftop cafe. I really like the rooftop cafe. Felix, it's not so keen. Keep saying it's silly, but you at home can decide what you think. So there's a nice little door here that opens up. If you haven't got fat fingers like me, you can get it to open. There's a fella enjoying a spectacular view over the town of Lenston. And one of my favourite features is this black and red roof with a crow perched on top. If I swing the camera around, you can see the view from the top of the rooftop cafe. You can see the whole of the town.
We've got a bus with a missing roof. I'm sorry.
Next building in Lenston
Is
is
a grey cottage.
a grey cottage. Charming little cottage, I think. Removable roof. All the buildings in Lenston have removable roofs. We've got some nice windows and a rather fetching yellow front door. So we're now moving on to the high street here, and this is the bus stop with a bus. So a removable roof on this bus, which Felix is going to take off for me. We can have a little look inside. There's some passengers already in the bus, and then we just come over the other side. You can see there's a fella just waiting to get on the bus. The door of the bus is, of course, open. Next building along. Just going to move this bus out of the way. It's the police station. Not sure why they've got quite such a big police station for a small village, but you know, there's a heavy police presence in Lenston for some reason. So this is a 2-storey building, once again, with a removable roof.
But the roof of the first stories on the of the buildings
That's
are
true.
removable.
But I thought we might like to show people what's going on inside.
Yeah.
You can take the roof off for me, mate. So we've got a police officer in here, probably on our lunch break. And we've got a little cell in case any naughty people do some crimes, need to be held in a cell until they've had a think about what they've done and say sorry. So what do you have at school?
A thinking chair.
And what's the thinking chair for?
Well, if you've done something you're not meant to do, you're just going to sit on the thinking chair and think about what your actions.
And that's what they do in the police station as well when they put you in that cell. Yeah. This is the biggest house in Lenston. And we've got a doctor who lives there who's just leaving to go to work. They don't actually work in Lenston because there's no hospital, so they're probably off to the nearest big city. Again, this is a 2-storey house with windows that can be opened.
Show them the roof.
And then the roof
You can take off, but it's a big blank inside that.
Yeah, we kind of ran out of bricks, didn't we? Let's get that roof back on. The famous rooftop garden
With the palm tree.
with a palm tree
With a huge palm tree, even though it's a city.
and some nice
village in
flowers. I think the roof is meant to go that way round. There we go. So rooftop gardens are a little bit of a feature of Lenston, one of its quirks, which add to its charms. Okay, so what's the name of this river, Linus?
Yeah, the Trent.
Yeah, so this is the River Trent, which runs through Lenston. Has a couple of fantastic features. I like the little river island in the middle. I'm a big fan of, just down here you'll see some nice flowers bordering the river. And there's a little jetty just here, because this is the boat hire building. From this side you'll see a lovely view of the River Trent through your windows. And here we've got a fisherman who's about to go out and do some fishing, I guess. So, and we can see the little jetty from this side.
What, can you do the custom-made boat from me?
Yeah, and this over here is a custom-built boat. And I'm just going to show you. This is a custom-built boat designed by Felix. Really, really nice. Colourful little boat, I think.
Yeah. It is quite colourful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to go out in a boat like that. So I've actually detached this. This is the hot dog stand. If anyone wants a hot dog in Lenston, you can always get down to the river and treat yourself to a hot dog treat. I hear that vegetarian and vegan options are available. I would show you this in its place, but I just can't get the phone, can't get the camera in. So I'm going to put it back where it lives, just there. And so that's where the hot dog stand is. This fella on the motorbike might be getting hungry.
Yeah.
And inside is a lovely lady called Pam, who serves the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like a frying pan.
No, Pam with a M, not Pan with an N. But people do call her Frying Pam. It is indeed her nickname. This is the famous bridge at Lenston. It's a beautiful bridge. Quite a simple design. And Linus is just doing a little walk across. And as we can see, we've got a car coming up onto the bridge.
It looks like a bumper car on wheels.
Does look a bit like a bumper car on wheels, yeah. And as you'll see in a moment, the speed limit over the bridge is 40 miles an hour. Seems quite speedy to me. But you know.
That is next to the bridge. It's meant to be next.
Yeah.
It's meant to be there next to the bus stop. But we'll say that. I know where to put it.
Where are we going to put the 40 mile an hour zone then?
This place on the high street.
Yeah. Probably safer away from a built up area. Now, unfortunately, there's some road works in Lenston. And the road is currently closed. You can see a guy just out of shot here.
He's sweeping leaves off the road.
Who's sweeping leaves off the road. Seems a little unnecessary to close an entire road to sweep leaves, but you know, that's how they do things in Lenston. Lots of complaints to the local town council, I'm sure. Now, this here is the garage.
Which has
Garage as
door.
Linus is going to demonstrate, a garage door that can go up and down. Of course, it has a removable roof.
Yeah, so you can put it back down.
Lift the roof up again, mate. You'll be able to see that there's a motorbike being worked on there at the moment. So there's Lenston's garage, and just next to the garage, actually the first building we completed in Lenston.
After the bridge.
Bit tricky to film this one. This is the fishmonger. Lots of fresh fish caught in the River Trent. And so the fishmonger is a large shop. I imagine it's more of a general store, but they specialise in fish. And I'll show you later that behind the fishmonger, behind the fishmonger is some public toilets, which is nice. Okay, here is the school. So Felix, could you give us a little bit of a tour of the school? Nice sizable playground out front. And I like the double doors. Got a kid going in there. It's World Book Day. He's dressed as a pirate. Let's lift the lid on this and see what we got inside. We've got 2 classrooms. There's another kid in there just looking out the window, perhaps wishing it was break time. And I've always liked this feature at the back, that very colourful wall, which is nice and bright and keeps the kids from getting too depressed. So That's the school with its colourful roof going back on.
And then back off, and there's a little assembly hall here.
Ah, yes, that's the assembly hall. That's where everyone goes when it's assembly. Important that people know that. Well done, Linus. This is a little mini car. Very cute. Opening doors and roof, of course. There's a fellow in there heading off to work. And
Yeah,
there,
and there's a removable roof.
just
Well,
in
at
front
least that roof.
of Bob and Graham's house. This is where Bob and Graham live.
Oh, yeah,
Nice two-storey house. If you want to take the lid off there, take the roof
Yeah,
off.
can
We
film
will
the
definitely
kitchen
show the
part?
kitchen part at the back.
There's
Nice
there's
opening windows.
Pieces.
And Bob,
There's in pieces.
yeah, Bob and Graham are having a lovely romantic meal in there at the moment. Lovely couple, Bob and Graham. So we're just going to come around the back
And so the kitchen.
to show you the
Can we show bits of
kitchen area with a ladder to get onto the roof should you need to. Felix wants to draw your attention to this random $100 Lego note. Firstly, we're not in America, and secondly, who would leave $100 lying around, eh? So who lives in the little red cottage, Felix?
the fishmonger?
Yeah, so this is where the fishmonger lives. It's a stylish little house, I always think. Would you like to take the lid off? Show the people what's inside? Fishmonger's at work. His dog is there though, a little bit bored. Bless him, he'll be looking forward to his walk later. And there's a cupboard in which the fishmonger keeps any spare fish. The final thing to show you is the park and green space. So, nice little stream here. We've got a bridge that leads over the stream that runs into the Trent. There is a roundabout for the children. Felix, can you demonstrate how it spins? Yeah. And then here's the... Oh, he's fallen over. The park attendant who's just doing some maintenance. So the stream runs down to the River
Oh,
Trent.
can you see it's completely made by me?
Yeah, completely made by Felix. Some lovely flowers here and a cute little picket fence. And finally, just behind the fishmonger, very important, I always feel better when I know that there's a public toilet available. And there it is, the public toilet of Lenston, which seems like an appropriate place to finish our tour.
And can we just show the very last?
Yeah. Felix
That's a new
wants you
place.
to know that the speed limit now takes effect here, which is probably a safer place for it. Felix, how do you feel about Lenston?
Really good.
And what about you, Linus?
Good.
Yeah, Lenston is an absolutely cracking village.
I can't believe we could make it.
Yeah, well, it took us a long old time, didn't it? So, weeks. So we're going to be doing some stop motion stuff in Lenston, maybe today or some point soon. So, what do they say? Like, comment and subscribe to see some amazing stop motion projects in everyone's favourite small town, Lenston.